Yo, what's up guys? I got my face mask on me and it takes like 15 minutes for it to get absorbed and do its magic. So I thought why just come up here and react to top 10 whitest states in the US. No reason, just I thought I'd just react to whitest states. No reason.
A few months ago, I finally caved to public pressure. Normally, I avoid race-related videos on this channel, but I kept getting requests. I always avoided the subject because I just didn't want the comment section to be ablaze with racist comments. People pointed out that it's not just racists that want to know the demographics of a location. People of different races like to know where to live so they can be near types of restaurants they like, stores, and different festivals, things like that. To me, that argument made sense, so a few months back we did a video on the most Asian states in the US, and then later on we did the most
best restaurants,
states.
the best
we are doing
race of restaurants.
I mean, it's kind of only fair. We're gonna
is
look
brown
at the
people.
Percentage of the population
They see
that is
food
considered
tops
white.
every
We'll
single race. They see Spanish,
and this is all according to
and then I don't know. You guys pick third. Comment down below.
Around 1565, the Spanish showed up in St. Augustine, Florida. Then, of course, the Mayflower showed up on November 11, 1620. Now, there's a whole bunch of other stories with explorers and Russians in Alaska and all that other good stuff, but the two main things in the history book of North American colonization is the Mayflower and then the Spanish down in St. Augustine. Whatever the case may be or the story may be, white people took over, and what is now the United States has been predominantly white ever since. Today, we're going to look at 10 states whose percentages haven't changed much since the 1700s. Got it?
1700s.
Let's take a look. Number 10, Nebraska. Nebraska is extremely white, and they start our list off. By the 1870s, Nebraska's European immigrant population was at its peak, and about 25% of the state's residents were born in a foreign country. Danes, Swedes, Irish, Germans, and Czechs figured predominantly among the early.
I never knew how to pronounce that name.
If you need more proof that Nebraska is extremely white, take this into consideration. The number one male name in Nebraska is Oliver, followed by Henry and Liam. Number 4 is Theodore. 88.1% of Nebraska's population.
88 miles per hour.
88 miles per hour.
Montana. Coming in strong with the blonde hair, blue eyes crowd, you have Montana. Originally, Italians
what did you say? Blue hair, blue eyes.
Fergus and Park counties. Many
Italian Germans
from North Dakota and Canada, and a lot of cattlemen that landed in Montana were mostly English.
Honestly, this is more like a history lesson than a 10 whitest state video.
Scottish.
Like, I'm actually learning. I did not expect this to be like this. I thought it was like, yo, number one, this, you got white people here, McDonald's, Burger King, this and that. You got this 10-pound burger.
Back in the day.
10-pound isn't like 10 stacks of meat,
there were a lot of them in
patties.
Montana, and they were from the British Isles. That's how Montana became the Montana we know today. 88.9% of
88.9. Oh my god, the lowest was 88.1.
Number 8, Utah. You've never been in a Mormon temple. Mormons make up about 70% of the Utah population, and they have a history of being so white they think Malcolm X is a member of the X-Men. In the early days, Spanish explorers and French, Canadian, British, and Canadian fur traders had briefly stomped around Utah before 1847. But it was that year that the Mormon immigrants from Britain, Canada, Denmark, and Norway
My god, a lot of
Mormon exodus from Illinois.
So the immigrant issue has been there since forever. Ever since America was a thing.
In the future Beehive
shit, that's a lot.
Population
I wonder how many white people are in California, specifically Los Angeles. I'm like maybe 30%.
If you didn't know Iowa's very white, you've never been to a county fair in Iowa. Before I started doing the research for this video, I honestly thought it was going to be number 1. I've been to Iowa a few times, and it is probably the whitest state I've ever seen. At least that was my opinion. The numbers don't match up with
whitest. I thought you said wildest. I was like, bro, what the hell are they doing in Iowa?
Opinion. So here they are at number 7. Back in the early days, like the 1840s, a majority of the settlers that came to Iowa came from the Scandinavian countries. Some were Dutch, German, Irish, Scots,
I don't know what Scandinavian countries are.
Started showing up that same
Someone
time,
please let me know down below.
Quakers in 1941, and then the Mormons started showing up around 1846. Yes, Iowa has a good-sized population of Mormons as well. Nothing near what Utah has, but it's up there. These days, 90.6% of Iowa's
So how
population is considered white.
How did
Number 6, Wyoming. There were 6 groups that made
honestly, where did white people even come from? All of these are immigrants: Dutch, Irish, German. Like,
of Wyoming.
Where are the
British,
authentic
Germans, Italians, Basque, and the
white
Greeks
people?
showed up here.
Greeks.
In 1870,
Oh my
immigrants from
God!
the
German,
British Isles
Italian,
represented
British,
about
Dutch,
of Wyoming's territorial population,
Greeks.
and over
My
1/2
God.
of foreign born. In the last few decades, Wyoming's become very popular with just about everyone. But these days, 92.5% of their population are identified as white. Number 5.
Oh, they're
Idaho.
identified
Idaho has quite the reputation
as
for
white.
being
That
very
could
white.
mean
It is
anything in this day and age, fam.
And early 20th
Oh
century,
no! I don't think this list is authentic anymore.
Because 93% of Idaho's population is identified as white.
Oh, Idaho! I always wanted to go to Idaho. I think Life is Strange: True Colors was based from Idaho.
You already know. I mean,
Oh my God, that is beautiful, bro! I love places like these. I think I've always said it in different videos as well. I love nature.
And at the time, it was mostly
I
British
love it.
residents in the area that would eventually become New Hampshire. But in 1799, they started being joined there by a lot of Scottish and Irish immigrants. What's strange is for a long time, they had a lot area that would eventually become New Hampshire. But in 1799, they started being joined.
Places like these, like this, oh my God, I love to walk on places like these. I love it. I love
there
it.
by a lot of Scottish and
Irish immigrants. Well, this video has been
Strange,
just
for a long
immigrants.
time, they
Yo,
had
this
a lot
place,
of French
these people.
Canadians living in New Hampshire.
What the hell is
Sometimes
that
you can
goofy
find
ad
bits and
transition,
pieces
man?
of that culture in New Hampshire.
Scooby-Doo
They came down
ad
from
transition,
Texas,
man.
From Quebec, and a lot
Jesus
of them stayed back in
Christ.
the day. These days, 93.1% of New Hampshire's population is considered white. Number 3, West Virginia. West Virginia is kind of strange. I thought they would be a little bit higher as in the percentage because unlike most cities in the United States, West Virginia cities really don't have a lot of diversity. And if you look outside the cities and some of the rural areas, the mountains
so
and
cool. I
want to
shoot like a horror movie
like
here.
Zero diversity. So
I want to act
I'm
actually.
surprised they're number 3 on this list. The settlement of present-day West Virginia began in the mid-1700s when Scottish, Irish, and German settlers from Pennsylvania came
I
to
swear
the
to God,
area that is
it's
now
just been about
Berkeley
immigration,
and
German,
Broward
Irish.
counties. The Scottish and Irish
been a very
cultures
repetitive
really
video.
soaked into the West Virginia land. A lot of the folk music in this part of the country is heavy with Scottish and Irish folk influence. These days, 93.5% of West Virginia's population.
So basically, Americans are just Europeans. Americans are just Europeans. Oh wow.
Is identified as white. Number 2,
Okay.
Vermont.
Let's just get to number 1. I don't even know where
Settled
Vermont
with
is.
identified as white. On to number 1. And number 1, Maine.
Number 1.
Look at that. New England has 3 states in the top 4 on this list. And if you've ever been to New England, you probably are not surprised at all. And especially when it comes to Maine.
Even the name
If you
is
look at
England.
Maine's largest
Jesus
city,
Christ,
which
is there anything
Portland,
original
first of all,
left?
They have less than 70,000 residents. The entire metro area has about 556,000. But if you look at the city of
Oh
Portland,
my
Maine,
God, these
their
landscapes are
population
beautiful.
is
Not that city one. The
91.27%.
landscape.
That is
Fuck,
very
I love
high
nature.
for a city. Granted, this isn't some urban sprawl or anything like that. It's still a city. If you take a look at the other Portland across the country in Oregon, their white population is about 76%. Side note, Oregon almost made this list. It comes in like number 14.
Is this America?
And Oregon's obviously a lot bigger, but still,
Wow.
it's an interesting comparison.
Ooh,
The
I wanna
White
go
State
there.
has a
What is this
population
place?
that is
Oregon?
94.4% white. All right, that's
Nah.
today's video. Hope you guys
Nah, there must be some place that's like 100% white. There must be some like countryside place that's just 100% white. I refuse to believe it. But I want to see what percentage of white people are in LA. 46% white. African American 8.3. That's very low. 28% Asian. Oh wow. Is there any place in America with 100% white people? Cities with the highest percentage of white Americans include white Hispanic, Boise, Idaho. Let's see Boise. Boise. white people percentage. What the fuck? Okay, anyways, well, that was top 10 whitest states of the USA. Thank you guys for watching. Be white, like, subscribe. Take care and peace.